Hi, so this is just a real quick video showing a couple of new bits of functionality relating to floor plans. So the first one relates to legends. Now this is not exactly new. We'll see how. Basically, if I just swap this to the top corner for the legend. Now this is the older kind of version in the fact of, for a while now, if you position the legend in the top right corner, then where possible it will try and avoid. We're on a compact screen because I'm videoing in a low resolution for you, but you see here how it will try and avoid the floor plan as much as possible without shrinking the legend too small. Okay, and we also have a functionality where if you tooltip over, it will actually read the legend for you, so you can actually see some information. Okay, you can also click on that and it will list related locations, and choose filter to filter to just what you're looking at. Okay, so that functionality in itself has been around for a month or two now. What has changed is that if I now go to position it, let's say the lower right corner, then you see it's overlapping, but as soon as you move the floor plan such that it can try and fit the legend in, it will do so. Okay, so the real change functionality there is now that you can do that the legend auto positioning in any of the four corners. Okay, so the other piece of new functionality, which is very much new, is if I flip into AutoCAD now, and I've got the same drawing I've just been looking at in the web interface. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make a change to this part of the floor plan here. I'm just going to move that there. That's going to look a bit weird at first, and I'm going to move. Oops. I'm going to rotate the previous. Try again. Okay, so we're just going to rotate it, make a fairly obvious change there, and let's move this casual table up over here. Okay, so we've made it just a simple change. I'm going to publish that as normal. All of this is exactly how you would normally do it in the CAD tools and so on, so there's no changes at this point, but something different is happening in the background. That's what we're looking at. Okay, so we've done that. And now if we go back into the main application, and I'll just zoom extents, and we can see, unsurprisingly, our new layout. Okay. What's new is if we look up here, we have this clock icon. Now this feature can be enabled and disabled through the system. So I've got it enabled to store up to 10 different historical versions of the floor plan. This is not the same as the history mode over here, where you manually force the system to take copies of floor plans, and in the history version that will create a fairly dumb bitmap image of each floor, but in various configurations with layers turned on and so on. This is just to store the CAD changes. So what we can do is if we click on that, we see a timeline here, and this is our live floor plan. This is the one that was saved at 11:37, just so you're aware, it's 11:45 now. This one was created a bit earlier than that, and then 30th of June, and so on. Okay. So what I can do is if I flip to the previous version, you see how it was there. Now you notice the background goes to a pale pink. This is so that it's fairly obvious then that you're looking at a historical floor plan rather than a live one. And you can see up here, and we can flip back through, and you'll see just subtle changes down here. Now where this is completely different from the old history mode over here, which is still applicable, but this just does something different, is if we kind of zoom in. Okay, notice we're now just working on this version, but it works exactly as before, so all of the tooltip icons work. If I go to something like a department layer, that's going to work, and then I can flick between different versions. Now what you need to be aware of is if as part of this change to the furniture the departments were reallocated, this is not going to show the historical department data. This is always showing the live data, so you need to be careful about using related data such as department overlays and so on. But what it will do is allow you to flick through the actual geometrical changes of the floor plan in terms of where the furniture is, the walls are and stuff like that. And it also gives you an idea of the time of that stuff happened. Okay. The other thing you need to be aware of in using this feature is that what it's doing is it's retaining a copy of the FXE files. So if you do have a large portfolio with lots of FXE files, then obviously if you retain one prior version, you're potentially going to double the size of your FXE file storage requirements. If you hold 10, you're going to multiply the storage requirements by 10. So there's potential, not issue, but a potential consideration to take into account there if you're looking at doing this. But hopefully, from a drawing perspective, it just gives you a useful way of seeing how a drawing has changed over time, and it's quite quick and easy to do. Switch back to live there, and it automatically turns the timeline off. Thanks very much. I hope you enjoy that and are interested in using it.